My name is Eric Scott. I am the Tax Managing Director for EY here in Louisville. I decided to become a CPA after a discussion I had with my accounting professor, Keith Richardson, over at Bellarmine. I was a business major going into Bellarmine, didn't really know much about accounting specifically, but knew that I liked business. And after completing his 101 course, he said, Eric, you did pretty good at that. Have you considered accounting for a profession? I said, well, not really. He's like, well, do you want a job when you graduate? It's like, yes, I do. I have student loans. I need some way to pay those back. And so I declared accounting as a major, and the rest is history, as they say. Deciding to be the board chair, I would say, was really not a decision of mine. I was asked to join the board, and I was happy to do so. I was a student member of the State Society. The State Society's Educational Foundation granted me multiple scholarships and helped me pay my way through Bellarmine University, helped me get my degree. I was a recipient of the Becker Scholarship, so I did the Becker Review and ultimately got my license. So I felt like I had a lot to give back to the Society for. And so when they asked me to join the board, I was happy to say yes. I'd already been pretty active on the tax committee for many years at that point. And then once I joined the board, they asked if I would take on the treasurer role. And I was like, sure. When I took on the treasurer role, I didn't really know that was the pathway to become board chair, but it worked out well. When I was chair, we were at that time coming out of the COVID pandemic, if you can say we've ever come out of it. But the worst at that point was over. Things were beginning to open up. We were evaluating a lot of different programs. What did CPE look like for the society? Did we have full in-person, still hybrid? What does that mean? And then as a profession, I think we were also still grappling, and still are, with the accounting students. We had heard nationally that there were a lot of kids that graduated high school and were taking kind of a one-year vacancy, did not go immediately into college because of the COVID pandemic. What we were starting to see during my presidency is that those folks were taking more than just a year. In fact, they weren't coming to college, and so we started seeing a decline in enrollment nationally. And I think that it began to accelerate a lot of the concerns around the pipeline. Great that as president you have 1 year after, so you can ease that transition between the president-elect, the president, and then the immediate past president, so you have that consistency. And when I was nearing the end of my term, it was discussions with Jim that things will come out of left field that you are not prepared for. And whatever you think your presidency is going to be, chances are it won't be nothing like that. And that's okay, because that's just the world we live in. The best thing to do is know that the board supports you. You have a wonderful membership and incredible staff at the State Society. And you just kind of buckle up and you roll with it, because my presidency was a bit of a roller coaster, and immediately past President Esther, hers happened right in the middle of COVID when we couldn't physically get together. So my presidency kind of ended that tail end where we were coming off of those purely virtual meetings and now getting back into it. So I'd say what I told Jim is you just roll with it, and it will be okay. Extremely happy to wish the Kentucky Society of CPA's 100th anniversary. It has been wonderful. The very few amount of years that I have been able to share with the society has been wonderful. I look forward to several more. I don't know about 100, but maybe. So to that, we wish you well.